Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are here with another formation video after quite some time. It's almost the end of the FC24 and that's the main reason why I wanted to just try out different formations. I was just sick of 4-3-1-2 um, and 4-3-2-1 maybe. The one that is OP, right? I wanted to try something else, want to play a little bit different play style. And see how it works out. The one I'm using these days is 3-4-1-2. So this actually leads me to like 14 to 15 weekend league wins, as well as help me go from Division 1 to Elite again. It happened last week itself. So it has been there for a while. Works pretty well. Couple of things though. One, you really need to have really good players at specific positions. I'm going to explain that. If those type of players are not there, this might not work very well. So that's the most important thing. The other, this is vulnerable to counter attacks because you have your left mid and right mid up and down. So if you're losing the ball in the final third when you're attacking, you are bound to be counter attacked. So if you're not really good at defending, I'm not that good either, so but I take that risk. I concede when it's like a counter-attacking situation, and that's okay as long as my attack's really good, right? So I take that risk. If you're up for it, then this formation would be pretty good for you. Now we're working in 3-4-1-2 formation, so there are three center backs, right? And these people really need to be center backs. So you cannot have somebody like Klaus, right, who is actually on the left mid position play center back for you. It just won't work. The reason is you need strong, fast, tall. These are the three things: strong, fast, tall defenders at your center back position. For me, it's Araujo, Van Dijk and Gomez. You can have other players too. There could be players who play left back or right back, and they could be a good center back too, like Gomez or Araujo. They both play right back as well, but they have center back position. But you can also probably play somebody like, let's say, 97 Capdevia. He is control lengthy, he's tall, he can win headers, he's fast enough. So those type of players. Now talking about midfielders, right? So the two central midfielders should be people who are, again, strong, defensively very strong. If they have offensive abilities, that's cherry on the cake. It really works well if they are box to box players, but a little bit more defensive oriented. I play Goretzka at the center mid position. With the other one right now is Oberdorf, who actually works pretty fine in that position. He's really good. But for me, I need like a more tall player, a little bit more physically oriented, stuff like that, right? So Chouameni, for example, Gerrard, for example, Toni Kroos is also not bad in those areas. And of course, like, either you can have both of them like that, or you can have one player who's more of like control lengthy, physically present, etc., and one more of like an agile player. For example, Enzo Fernandez, or for example, Lee Celso. Players who have really good offensive as well as defensive play styles. They can play on the midfield. So I usually go with Goretzka and Gerrard, or it's Goretzka and Enzo, depending on who I want or how they feel in the game, right? Don't go with this is not my exact squad, right? This is more of like I'm just playing with to complete the objective a la Varane. So I have Ansu Fati, Rashford and Oberdorf here, but usually my center mid would be Goretzka and Enzo Fernandez, or Goretzka and Gerrard, right? Now coming up to the front three, we'll then move to the left mid and right mid. The front three, right? The cam position here. This needs to be a very good dribbler, very good passer, great shooting ability. Somebody like Dybala, somebody like 97 Kaká, somebody like 98 Cruyff, Puskas. You do not really need them to be very tall or very whatever, right? You need them to be really good dribblers, having very good shooting abilities, having very good passing abilities. That's how your cam would function. We'll later discuss the instructions, but that's how your cam would be. Now coming to the strikers. These two strikers, again, For sure have to be very good dribblers, but that is not a necessity. You can also have somebody like Vergost or somebody like Sorloth in one of those positions. Do not have both of them as aerial meta players. If you really use aerial meta, feel free to have both of them like that, but I would always want one of them to be like that, the other one more of like a dribbler kind, or somebody who can get past players with just simple dribbling, right? Somebody like Nunez or somebody like Werner, right? So for me, my two central strikers are usually Haaland for that aerial stuff and control lengthy factor, and the other one is usually Nunez. Now, Nunez can be replaced by Werner because he has an amazing ability to basically his attacking AI is just amazing. He can also be replaced by, for example, if you're not playing Kaka on cam, you can also play Kaka on striker. You can play Puskás there as well. So this guy doesn't have to be. He's very similar to the player you play cam, but just a little bit better in terms of finishing. 5-star weak foot is must. The other one which I was talking about, which is Haaland, can be replaced by a similar player. That could be Vergus, that could be Sorloth, that could be Benzema, any of those players. So actually this formation, these set of players are actually very good in this formation too, because they do the job. Like Rashford is a very good dribbler and he has great finishing ability too, his 5-star skills too. Benzema is exceptional at that position because he provides a control lengthy factor, as 5-star weak foot, has power header plus, and in fact he has 5-star skills too, so that's big thing. But for me, Haaland works lot better than any other player till now. I'm gonna try Benzema soon, but those are your three people on the front. Coming to your left mid and right mid, these are the two really important players in your team. Okay, the reason is they can be present in attacking areas, and you want them to, like, if they are in attacking areas, they're under pressure, you want them to get out of that with ease and with perfection, because if they're in the attacking area and they lose the ball, then you are vulnerable to a counter attack. Second thing is they should have high defensive abilities. So Saka is the one who plays right mid for me. He often can play left mid too because he has that alternate position, and I use a gladiator on him. So going back, so I have a gladiator on Saka, so that he's basically super fast, he has amazing shooting, and he has very good defending with a gladiator, right? The most important thing when you are increasing your defensive abilities, right, make sure your defensive awareness is at least 90. I tried playing this position with Lee Celso on the other wing, and he had 88 or something as a defensive awareness, although his overall defending abilities were really good. But that causes problems. You want these players to track back as fast as possible, a lot of times, because they are really important when you're attacking. The other player I play on the left mid is actually Robin van Persie, but I need Ansu Fati. It's a bit different, but Robin van Persie at that position was amazing. He has very good defending, very good shooting, very good pace. If they have strength, that's again cherry on the top, cherry top of the cake. So that's really helpful. So those are the type of players you need on your left wing and right wing. And trust me, you really need to have high defensive awareness in these players. If it's not the case, they will not track back properly, and even though you have come back at defense instructions, you might not always find them in positions, right? That is how your team is structured. Now, going to the tactics and formation, right? So in the tactics, there's nothing that is really new or really fancy. I play a little bit less of depth, a little less of width in my defense, around 25, because you already have 5 players at the back. So you really do not need depth. That your width would already be covering pretty much a lot part of the width pitch when you are tracking back. So 25 is good. It's balanced play style, and then the depth is 71. I still want them to kind of be a little bit aggressive. I tried with 100 depth too because that was something people were using. Didn't work out for me. If it works for you, feel free. But remember, you'll be a lot more vulnerable to counterattacks in that situation. Build-up plays balance and possession. So again, you can have this as fast build-up or slow build-up if it allows you to, improve your game style. I often switch between balanced and fast build-up, to be honest. And the reason is sometimes the connection is such, or sometimes it's just the opponent is such where you really need to make passes very fast. You make your players want to go to positions really fast. But then there's a problem there, because when you have fast build-up, players are moving into their ahead in their position so fast sometimes that you do not get passing options, and that is something you need to be careful. Then that is the other reason why the chance creation is possession and not direct passing. So what happens in direct passing is that your left mid and right mid, they'd always be on the wings, right? When you pass to them, very often the left back or the right back or left wing back, right wing back of the opponent kinds of covers them. Possession makes them come a little bit closer to you, so that's always very helpful. So obviously you can always call them with R1 or make them run with L1. That is something I am not saying explicitly that you have to use. That is, I'm assuming that you guys use it, right? But possession with balanced works pretty good. The width is 26, again, because your left mid and right mid are there in your attack. You do not need to be like very widely spread. Plays in the box 3, completely experimental, works fine for me. A lot of times kind of saves counterattacks, but for me it's more of not playing the aerial meta of the game too much, so I do not have a lot of players in the box. Now going to the instructions, starting with your center backs, stay back while attacking for all the 3. Your midfielders, stay back while attacking, cover center, aggressive interceptions for both of them, right? Now, even though I have them stay back while attacking, you might find them sometimes in the attacking areas. And that is why it will be much better if they have shooting abilities. If they don't, it's still okay. Your left mid and right mid, come back on defense, cut inside, and come short. Both of them. Okay. You want them to come back to defense. That is why they'll be like, basically we'll be defending in 5-4-1, right? We'll be defending in 5-4-1. Yeah, it's a little bit meta and it's a little bit ratty, but I don't care, right? I just want to have fun in how I play, right? So come back at defense, cut inside. You do not always want them to be going on the width. I'm telling you, because in places where you have a lot of pressure from your opponent, you want your left mid and right mid to kind of come a little bit forward, a little bit inside. You can always make them run, right, with L1. So come back on defense, cut inside, come short. Your cam is going to come back at defense, right? So this guy along with these 3, they're going to be in midfield, your cam and your 2 center mids. Your left back and your your left mid and your right mid are going to go back on the defense. Among your strikers, you'll have one player come back on defense. This is the player who is more of a dribbler and not more of a target player, right? This guy, for example, Haaland, Benzema, etc., they'd be stay central, get in behind, right? The other person is basically stay central, target player, and come back on defense, right? Okay, so here's the thing with these 2. You can always have, this is up to you, right? So you can have the player who's up ahead as your target player, or you can have, like I have, the player who is kind of coming back a little bit as your target player. Doesn't make a lot of difference, but for me, the player who's kind of staying a little bit ahead, I have him getting behind, right? Usually for me, it would be something like this, right? My target player is going to be, let's just go with this, right? So my target player is basically the one who is lengthy, who has that aerial stuff, right? Who wants the ball in his feet. The one who's always be on the front is someone who's going to be very fast, who has a good attacking AI, and who can actually get behind the opponents. Again, these could be anything, right? I actually might just play with these two be, rotating around in these two positions, up to you. And that's about it, right? So I think I covered all the players. So one of them might come back in defense, your Cam come back in defense, these two on the center mid stay back. So you'll be basically then defending in 5-4-2. When you're attacking, you'll be attacking in this kind of pentagon formation. Yeah, and that's about it. There's nothing, I think, going on with the keeper. Up to you if you want any instructions for or on him. I just have both of them for balanced. With that, let's dive into it. Let's see where this formation really works out, how it works out. I might just have clips of the gameplays. I might just show you how people are tracking back, how they're defending. I'm not gonna keep this video for long. I'm just gonna show you some instances. I might include instances where I'm getting counter attacked so that you know where it's difficult. And just help you out. With that, let's dive straight into it. So that is how they attack basically. Beautiful goal by Benzema. Great attacking run. Very nice composure. Good chip in the end. And you saw how the players basically ran forward, right? And this is the defensive orientation, right? So Saka winning the ball there. 3 players always at the back. So you see your left mid and right mid players are up ahead, but now they will come forward. See? You see how Saka comes up? Those are the passing options always available. Saka coming up. Easily chance created. Could not score that. That was a good chance though. So this instance you saw how I had those passing options around. I could easily play around with the ball. One instance of how multiple people are coming back for the attack. Good goal there. Beautiful goal by Benzema. So that was the attack. The left mid basically assisting you for that attack. And then you basically moving forward with the attackers. That was important. If I had lost the ball there, it could have been a counter attack. So that is what you need to be careful about. So right now we're just defending in 5-4-1. Easily taking it away. That is where your extra left mid can be very helpful, right? Because in other situations where people kind of use this to dominate the attack, it's really hard once the attacker gets going. I lose the ball again, so let's see how we win it back. So this time just being won by the simple defender. Great run, Rashford. Good pass by Benzema. Beautiful dribbling there. Very nice pass. Rashford scoring. And we're back in the lead. So that is why you want your left mid to be very fast to avoid such attacks basically. People just exploit this. Run behind the opponent through the wing and then just score. Useless goals, but yeah, it works. Nicely done, Benzema. So right now if you see where my Enzo Fernandez was, it would have been very dangerous. I was able to come back, but that could have been dangerous. Beautiful ball by Benzema again, man. See, that is the situation where it would have been really a bad counter attack, but because you had, your left mid right there, it was saved. Nice dribbling, Benzema. Oh, that is where technical dribbling can be very helpful. So right here, move one person behind. I had Araujo already tracking back. So good work there. So don't move your, left mid, right mid unless you really need to. If they get out of the position, it would be dangerous again. So another instance where kind of can see how the defending works out. And the benefit is like when you're defending in 4 other defense formations, if your center back, if you move your center back ahead or you move your left back, right back ahead, very difficult to catch up. This formation kind of helps you with that because you have one player ahead, apart from your 4 in the defense. Alright guys, so final verdict on this particular formation. Again guys, hopefully these instances and the instructions and tactics are good enough to help you out, to help you win more games. Again, the key fact is to use very good left mid and right mid. Do not always rush with them. Be careful when you lose the ball with them. If you do take care of these things, it's a very nice formation. It would let you have possession. It would really help you in the attacking third. Just be patient. Do not try to rush. Always move forward. Do not move your players around too much. If you stay in the formation, it would really work well for you. That's about it guys. Hopefully you try this out. Hopefully it helps you. If it does not help you, I'm sorry, but that's all I have for this video. And I'll see you soon in another video. Till then, goodbye and cheers.